Let's just keep it a buck. All right.
And we're back with another episode of Keep It a Buck podcast, man.
Ooh, we're back.
Episode number 28.
Marshall Falk.
You said Marshall.
I ain't even tell you that one was coming up neither. 28 Marshall Falk. That's what I'm calling it, boy. That was my
you want me to
dog.
combat that?
AJ Dillon. That's another one too. 28 AJ Dillon. You want another one? Who you got? Who you got?
Nah, what was your third one that you was coming up?
I ain't have a third one, honestly.
AP.
Ooh, that's a
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, that's a bad.
So who would you put? Marshall Falk or Adrian Peterson?
Stop playing with me. I'm playing AJ Dillon, baby. I'm a whaler.
Yeah.
I'm a whaler. AJ Dillon, baby. That's the episode we ain't gonna put, but yeah. I would put AJ Dillon.
I like the fact we should start doing that. Since we are a sports podcast, we should every number up until 100. We should dedicate it to whoever number we on for the episode.
Promise you, once we get to 99, I'm letting y'all know that's Warren Sapp. That's my cousin. Word to me, Warren Sapp. That is 99. I'm letting y'all know right now.
I love Warren Sapp. He was one of my best defensive players, man.
All right, y'all. Let's get into this. I'm Keeks. You can follow me at GSFK860. On IG. That's the Game Speed page. Again, that's free training for the kids in the community, so make sure y'all follow. And again, the people that are following, while we're not dropping content, thank you. We've been making sure we're dropping a lot of content for this podcast, so I got to make sure I'm dropping at least a couple times a week. So if you are following while we're not dropping too much content, thank you, but we're definitely going to get back to it.
This is your boy Coop. You can follow me on Instagram at Coop_1988. Yeah.
All right, shout outs. Bank at 12 again. You already know. That's first and foremost. Shout out to Bank at 12. We appreciate y'all. Mike and Lourdes, best banking. There's the best bar in the city. I'm always say it. Best music, cheapest drinks. I feel like that there ain't no better combination than that for a bar, right?
Yes.
And then my fault, Coop. Last shout out. I want to shout out the basketball players that are playing college basketball from New London right now. Tayshawn, undefeated right now, undefeated team. Pedro, undefeated team right now. Shout out to them, man, because they're playing quality basketball. They're shooting good field goal percentages. They're not taking bad shots. And they're not, like, again, college basketball is a different thing. Like, you're not going to always be the man. And they're taking that very well. And it's not that they're not, like, the guys on their team, but when they're not, like, getting the ball or something, they're, like, their heads up. They're not in the game. Their heads are up. Like, they're showing great leadership. They're showing great sportsmanship. They're showing great everything, man. They're just showing great maturity. That's really what I wanted to say. Great job, y'all. And then shout out Eddie Volkritz. It's nice to see you back on a basketball court, bro. He's playing for Mitchell right now. Pedro's playing for Eastern. And Tayshawn is playing for, why do I forget that name? Assumption out in Mass.
You got to specify when you say Eastern. I know
My fault. Eastern Connecticut State University. So, yeah. And then Tayshawn's playing for Assumption. So, yeah, we got some people hooping out there, man. So, shout out y'all.
Shout out to moms, man. Happy birthday. We about to go up, man, for our 60th birthday party this weekend.
Happy birthday.
So, yeah, shouts out to moms. She loves the show, too, by the way.
Big shout out, moms. His mom is hilarious. His mom is hilarious, dog. So, big shout out to his moms. And again, happy birthday. But, all right, let's get into, you got to keep it a buck question for today?
Nope.
All righty, let's get into a keep it a buck question for the day. What can you do at home to make sure your kid is well educated? Because a lot of the times I know that we rely on the school systems to make sure our kids are educated and get mad when they're not doing it properly, but it's really an at-home job. So what can we do to make sure our kids are educated properly at home?
I think there's two type of education systems that's going on as far as like that. I would say, school stuff and then a separate life, like, what's the word for it? Life skills. you know, cleaning properly, washing clothes properly, things of that sort. To whereas school really don't get into life skills,
Economics.
economics, finances. Yeah, I feel like
Taxes.
I feel like those things, especially such a huge gap in between that education and the school system education. I feel like we need to fill those gaps rather than what's going on in the education system, to be honest with you, because, you know what I'm saying, that's where true wealth lies, within, you know, being financial responsible. And I'm not saying school is not important, but if we're talking about what do you do at home to keep your education going, I would say we need to fill the gaps what the education system is not doing, which is, I feel like, is those life skills that they're not teaching. I mean, now if they are slacking in certain subjects, then yeah, you should put a focus on that. But I would say life skills should be the focus when you're at home. That should be the education, because they're not getting fed, especially in urban communities. You know, so
Cool. For me, I feel like definitely the fact that you should, for your kid, make sure that they're getting some type of financial literacy. All right, so some type of understanding how money works. And I was kind of happy to take an economics class, and happy that I was an economics major in college, because first thing they said on my first economics class was the point of economics is you can't buy everything. You can't buy everything you want. So you're going to have to put priority on some things, and that opened my eyes a lot. So financial literacy is important. And then whatever they want to do, make sure you aid that. So it could be gymnastics. It could be, like we said last time, whether it's playing the video game, but making sure that if they're trying to stream it like the proper way, playing basketball, any sport, obviously anything. I go on all day, but aiding whatever they want to do, making sure that you're putting the tools there necessary to make sure that they can do it and be able to experiment and be able to keep doing it and be able to have fun. And yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. I feel like we can go on all day. I think we'll have a part 2 with this, but I'm gonna just leave it with those two. Coop said the life skills, and I'm gonna leave it at the financial literacy, another one I said. And then I think we'll have a part 2 for this next week.
all right, I like it.
All right, let's get into sports for the week, man. Sports for the week. I'm starting out with my NBA hot take. We're gonna go with NBA first. NBA hot take. Not even really a hot take. This is just me really like checking up on what I be saying. Yo, Kris has been starting. They look good. My fault. Kris Dunn has been starting. The Clippers look good. And
Harden's playing defense.
Harden's
playing. I don't know if that's the effect of.
Bro, that's the effect of Kris Dunn.
Okay.
That's the effect of Kris Dunn. They said Harden's back to playing defense. Yeah, back to, because, bro, he played defense in OKC. That's where he got his, bro.
Oh, he was coming on
the
bench.
He was putting people in a box.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Kris, shout out Kris, man. He's in the starting lineup, and like I said before, he can be able to have Harden play the 2 guard. He can come down and be able to create more, because now you don't have to bring the ball up. And Kris is not your normal point guard, like I said before. He gets you the ball in the perfect spot that you want. When I say the perfect spot, I'm not saying a good spot. I'm telling you exactly where you want the ball to be able to score. That's where he's going to get it to you. Kevin Durant wanted Kris. Not many people know that. And that's why Lauri didn't want him traded at all. Lauri Markkanen did not want him gone out of the Jazz. But he's with the Clippers, and he's happy with Harden, and they're talking about and I think he just got signed to another deal.
Yeah, your mom told me 3 years, 17 mil. I think
3 years, 17 to back up Harden.
That's
Come
dope.
on now.
Shout out.
That boy's out there doing his thing. Shout out Kris, and I'm gonna keep pushing your name, bro. And another thing for that. Oh no, I do got an NBA hot take. Kris is top 2 in all ball. Honestly, let me say top 3, because I can't discredit Derek White and Drew Holiday. They're on the same team, but Dog, Kris is top 3 in on-ball defending when it comes to the NBA. I promise you that. Kris is putting anybody in it's tough to say in a box, but he's playing great defense, and he's putting people
making them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's making them uncomfortable, and he's like making their field goal percentage not as high. They're nowhere near as efficient when Kris is guarding them, and honestly, I know they can't wait for Kris to get off the floor. So, hey, shout out Kris.
There's your hot take. Sheesh.
Top 3 is, I'm telling you,
okay.
It's Jrue Holiday, Derek White, and Kris Dunn, and that's no order. Yeah, I just got to give my boy Kris some time to get back into the flow of things, but trust me, it's going to be those 3 in no order, and I'm not even putting Derek White or Jrue Holiday over Kris right now when it comes to on-ball defending.
And if you don't agree, or if you do agree, leave a comment. Let us know who you feel like is a great on-ball defender as a point guard. You know? So I would like to know that.
All right, y'all. That was smooth. We got a question for y'all. Question. Donovan Mitchell or Jaylen Brown when it comes to shooting guards for the NBA? They're obviously both top 5 shooting guards, but which one is going to be above the other on the top 5 list?
I'm an Anthony Edwards fan, and he's starting to become one of my favorite players. Still, Donovan Mitchell.
Edwards?
You said
okay. My fault. You were going into Donovan Mitchell. Okay, my fault.
What happened?
I said Donovan Mitchell and Jaylen Brown.
Oh, Donovan Mitchell and oh no, I don't know why I thought you said Anthony Edwards.
We was talking about him earlier.
You just heard what I said. There is no slack to what he's saying. I know a lot of people feel like Jaylen Brown is probably a number 1. A lot of people trying to make a case that Jaylen Brown is number 1 on the Celtics, which I don't get how they come up with that.
No.
But what I will say is it's still an argument. Donovan Mitchell has never played with somebody. Garland is a decent number 2. He's a decent number 2.
First of all,
he's a decent.
No, fuck that. Garland is a fucking great number 2, and Garland is an actual number 1 on a different team. Garland's number 1. Okay, because he was a number 1 before he got there, and he was nasty. But like I said before, the Cavs are playing now like I thought they should have last year. Garland is really that dude. Trust me, yo. I love his speed, and honestly, this is why I love De'Aaron Fox too. His speed and his change of pace, his hezzy. Bro, he will have you jumping in the air for days. Do you think
Garland could take over a game like Jason Tatum could take over a game?
It depends.
I mean, in a fashion of like even
Tatum can take over. Luka can take over the game like Tatum, but like at the same time, Luka's not a pass first point guard either. But he is though.
Garland.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, take over the game. That's what I mean by, in their fashion. Would you think they'll be able to take over a game like, yo, give me the rock. I'm gonna put y'all in place. I'm gonna go get my buckets too. I'll be able to find my shot, but I also gonna be able to feed the team and take it over.
That's exactly what Garland's gonna do.
So my thing is, and we're talking about a Jason Tatum who's arguably one of the best players in the league right now, and Garland who's might not be a top. Would you put him a top 10? You can't put him at top 10.
For what, point guards or players?
Just players.
No.
So my thing is Donovan Mitchell
is not a top 10 player.
He's a top 20.
Okay, so you could and Garland is borderline top 20 as well. Let's get back to the actual thing.
I would put Donovan Mitchell over Jaylen Brown, me personally. That's just me personally.
Up until this year, I would never put Donovan Mitchell over Jaylen Brown, and that's because
I know how you feel about Donovan Mitchell.
For me, Jaylen Brown plays winning basketball, so the fact that Donovan Mitchell gets like more buckets than him doesn't really matter. But this year, Donovan Mitchell has been playing winning basketball, so it turns the tides. I mean, it makes it a different story. So
But don't you think that should like, yo, that's a little hard because he is in a winning system and he is of a culture, a winning culture.
He was in a winning system last year.
Who? Donovan Mitchell?
He was in a winning system He's been in a winning system his whole career.
Who?
Donovan Mitchell.
Yo, we can't keep saying that when he had Michael Collins.
Yo, first of all, don't
he's a great.
They did Michael Conley dirty.
Conley.
First of all, I'm a fucking point guard, and this is the thing. This is what they should have did with Michael Conley. He was a freaking point guard coming down and going to sit in the corner. And this was the problem with fucking Kris before. Kris Dunn, bro. They used to have him come down. He's a point guard that can pass the ball and get you the ball exactly where you want. Him and Mike Conley, you cannot have them come down and just sit in the corner so you can have Donovan Mitchell or Zach LaVine just sit here and try to dribble all day. That's not winning basketball. That's not.
No, I'm not saying that. When Mike Conley, I felt like he was a little bit over his hill. He still was doing great. I think Mike Conley. But my thing is, you quote unquote had the best big man in the league as far as defensively, but he couldn't put nothing up for you in our offensive game. So it's just like I feel like it wasn't really a winning culture. It really wasn't. It was just like, who gonna put up the points when need be?
Who? Whatchamacallit's getting buckets for them?
Who?
My boy Ingles. He was getting. My boy was a buck.
Stop talking to me. yo, he was though.
He was though.
I ain't gonna lie.
He was a buck.
He was a bucket. But it was just like he didn't have somebody saying, "Yo, I'm off that tonight." Who's taking over?
That was supposed to be him.
Who?
But he wanted to dribble the ball all day.
What you mean, Donovan Mitchell?
Yes.
I'm just saying, if he has an off night, who's supposed to be up next?
First of all, the up next is gonna be Mike Conley or Ingles. Honestly, Ingles was the up next.
Mike Conley is like a Chris Paul Jr. So I can't say you're going to put up that many points. He's a great at He's great at orchestrating the ball. So I can't say, yo, we gonna put all the points on you.
This is exactly what he should have done. He should have played the way he's playing now, in my opinion.
Who?
Donovan Mitchell, because Mike Conley's gonna give up the ball just like Darius Garland's gonna give up the ball. He's moving, running without the ball instead of having to just dribble the ball out in his hands.
Yeah, I agree. So, but
I'm gonna go with.
So you're talking about just this year or just in the span?
Ooh, if it's in a span, I'm gonna go with Jaylen Brown. If it's just this year, I'm gonna go with Donovan Mitchell because Donovan Mitchell is playing winning basketball and he's more of a bucket than Jaylen Brown.
Like I said, I'm gonna give it to Donovan Mitchell.
He's more of a bucket
Jaylen Brown
than
got
Brown.
adopted into a system that was a winning culture for a while. I mean, he's due to that. He's a part of it, but when you got Horford, when you got
he was a part. You can't say that, bro. He was a part of the rebuild.
Smart.
He was a part. Marcus Smart because they had to ship his ass out to win.
But at that point in time, yeah, but they were still.
They were still in the.
They
had to ship his ass, and I get you. Oh, and I said this before too. Shipping Marcus Smart out was gonna win y'all a championship. It is nothing against Marcus Smart, but y'all wasn't gonna win a championship with him starting a point guard, and he was demanding money for a starting point guard. So he had to go for you guys to win a championship.
What I would say is they still was in playoffs. They was still. When I see it as that, like you're still in the winning culture because they was winning consistently since they've been drafted. It was they never really fell off.
But that's thanks to Jaylen Brown and them because Kyrie was their first year. But then Kyrie left, and they was still good.
Yeah, Kyrie and
Jason year two,
Tatum
but year
there too.
So exactly, they're there together, and they're both young.
Yeah, but
so it's not like you act like Donovan Mitchell was sitting there by himself. He wasn't.
He had a bunch of role play to a low.
That's the easiest thing to play in. Yo, your shots are not getting limited. You have all the shots you want. That was Donovan Mitchell, and then everybody else is a role player for you. That's a way easier position than having to go in your first year you're playing with Kyrie and Tatum, and then your second year you're still playing with Tatum, who's supposed to be the number one option. So you have to find a way to work yourself in the game within that number one option. Donovan Mitchell was taking all the shots that he wanted. They wouldn't even let Mike Conley bring the fucking ball up.
I still blame the system.
Yeah.
We
gotta be on this for a little bit.
I get you. I get what you're saying. It definitely makes sense, but I'm biased, so don't ask me that question. Yo, I'm biased.
All All right, so we gonna get into NFL for the day. Bears, wow, dropping the ball against the Lions. All right, let me repeat that so this can go out clean. Bears dropping the ball against the Lions. And we just found out as we were setting up today, their head coach got fired.
Head coach, and I called that shit.
Coop called it too. That's funny.
I called that shit yesterday.
How you feel about that?
Thanksgiving Day. Once I seen what happened and what's transpired, and then he goes to the press conference. So for people that don't know, so Chicago was running down the field 23-20 at that point in time. 20-23 at that point in time. Enough time on the clock. One timeout. They're moving the ball. Somebody gets pass interference. They get to the 35. So that's kicking field goal range. Now you're just trying to play possession football and trying to get to the end zone at the same time. You already got a timeout in your back pocket. Cool. We fine. So they drop back. Caleb Williams drops back, gets sacked for 7, and he holds on the ball way too long. He has to get the ball out of his hands faster. Mind you, I'm a Packer fan, so fuck y'all. But
that backs
my bad. It was a little.
But that backs him up to the 40-something.
Yeah, that backs him up to that. So they had a time. This is 30-something seconds. 30-something seconds to whereas either two things, because it would have been third down. They could have did two things. They could have spiked the ball, called the timeout, or run a play real quickly. So they tried to run a play real quickly. And when they tried to set up the play, it was around 20 seconds. As a coach, you looking at it and seeing they not setting up. All right, timeout. That gives you.
I think that's the worst part about it for me is the fact that they had a timeout.
They had a timeout. You can use that, and it's still third down, and you can still get 3 to 4 plays out of that because you're looking to get to the out of bounds, or even if you get in the middle, you're allowed to even spike the ball to get it down to kick the possible field goal. These motherfuckers was waiting for Caleb Williams to set up a play, and it trickled the whole time down. He tried to launch the ball down the field, no go.
But at the same time, bro,
That's crazy.
That definitely on the head coach.
1,000%.
But dog. As the quarterback, if you have time to get the play set up and you have time to be able to throw a deep ball, you have time to spike the ball. Mm-hmm. You should have spiked the fucking ball. That's not just on that. That's definitely on the head coach too. He should have called a timeout. But you should have spiked the ball and they would have been able to at least kick a field goal.
You want to know how I feel about that? I got a hot take for that. I think he purposely did that.
FanDuel?
No. It wasn't about that. So before
tanking? Are they tanking?
No, not tanking. So before he got drafted to the Bears, he was trying to get stocks into the Bears. So that gives me the mindset of he likes to be in control of a lot of things that's going on. I think because he knows that the Chicago Bears at the brink of firing his head coach. From them missing that, getting the field goal block to the debacle that happened with the the Commanders. I think he purposely tried to make the coach look bad because he could have made the decision to spike the ball or call timeout. I think he purposely did that shit to put it on the coach and say to get him fired. I personally think he did this on purpose to get him fired.
Well, shit, then the coach must have wanted to get fired too.
That's
it's just you make a move.
I'm not calling time on either. I don't know. I don't think he enjoys that coach.
Dog.
That's just me personally thinking.
I can see
I
that.
don't know. From all the losing that they were doing in situations, I'm like, yo, why? As a quarterback that's been playing in the system and playing quarterback and you got to the NFL level, that means you played a whole lot of fucking football. You know situations. You fucking know situations. There's no way you don't know situations.
He's a smart quarterback.
And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people say he's one of the smartest quarterbacks coming into the draft. You telling me you knew there was a timeout? You telling me you knew the time? You knew you just got sacked. You know the time gonna keep running. You
threw a fade.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's just I think he purposely did that. Me personally, I think he purposely not set up the whole shit. It was just a perfect time to just be like, hey, let the coach call timeout. And then the dumbass coach comes, press conference, and says, I think we did great with the timing. Time of possession at the end of the game. What? I was like, I say, wait.
He knew he was on the way out.
I'll say, yo,
He
I
knew.
waited for the press conference because I wanted to know what was going to be asked and what was going to be said. This dumb motherfucker, instead of just being honest, like, yo, we dropped the ball in that one. Because it's been a lot this year, you know? It's been a lot with the block field goals, with the freaking the commander situation, and now this is like, you know what I'm saying? There's a black cat in there. But I'm fine with it.
Just know when everything's popping, so is crypto. So is the stock market. So is real estate. When everything's popping, they don't want you looking at the investments.
Message.
Cool.
But yeah, that's what I was just like, yo, that's mind blowing. I'm a Packer fan. We die hard to hate the freaking Bears. I was hoping that they was gonna take out the Lions.
Somebody got to.
Yo, I was like, yo, taking these boys out, man. I was like, oh man. But it was a good game because at first the Lions was beating the crap out of them. They was up 16-0 at one point.
Yo, honestly, bro, I checked the game in the beginning. I was like, yo, what the hell is going on?
Then I kind of felt like it. I kind of felt the energy of the Bears was going to come back and make it a game. I didn't think they was going to win. I was hoping that they were going to win, but I knew that they was going to come back and make it a game. You know, that's the thing. They need to reconstruct that line. Either the line, I don't get it. Either the line doesn't like these quarterbacks, or you just going to have to let go of everybody, reconstruct that line, because they've been having this problem since Justin Fields. So it's just like, and Trubisky. It's like, what are you doing? And Caleb Williams need to get rid of that ball. That's another big thing. Bears has never been a slouch on defense, so you maybe a little tweaks, but that offensive line need to get revamped. Y'all got the wide receivers to do it. But Caleb Williams going to have to do quick routes and shit like that, quick slants, screens or something like that to get that ball out of his hand faster. But he holds on to that ball way too long. So
cool. Staying close to home.
What?
Packers. We just talked about it, so we're going to bring it back up. I know you had some thoughts about the Packers, and you can get it out.
So here's the pros and cons with it. If you watch the game Thursday, Thanksgiving game, which probably was I won't say the best. The best one was because Chicago made it a game, but the debacle made it like, what the fuck are they doing? I was scared coming into this game going against Miami because I know they're a high power offense and everything else. So it was going to be a test for me for our defense. And everybody that knows, Packers defense has been lackluster for the last 10 to 15 years since their Super Bowl run. We look fucking amazing. We looked amazing. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you can stop, slow down Tyreek Hill, Waddle, with those fast running backs, when you can hold them off to 11 points a game. I mean, I think they scored again. I can't remember the score because we was up at 13 at the end. So, no, yeah, they had 17. When you can hold them, and they scored a late 17. That wasn't even when you can hold them to that much points, I mean, that little of points, you're doing something great. I felt like, me personally, our defense has looked good, and it bailed us out this whole year, where we could have been in the game. Like, even, I know I'm going back, even with the Philly game at the beginning of the season, when we had that many turnovers and we only had 10 points to show for it. So I'm like, yo, you got to convert that.
But I wouldn't even say bailing you out, bro. They're doing their job.
Yeah, they're doing our job.
They're doing their job. That's what they're supposed to do. And that's what I be saying about, like, the Cowboys, bro. We don't have our defense anymore. And that's another thing for Dak, too. Dak, before, he had the defense, and he had the line. So he had time. He had everything at his disposal. So he was flourishing, but like the year didn't look good this year. You can finish with your Packers because we're gonna get into the Cowboys.
So the cons, I don't know why, but cons would be y'all up 2 scores, and you still have Jordan Love, who still is. We could say he's still injured, man. I'm going to still say he's injured. Until I see a full, healthy-looking situation, I stop doing – and they did this Sunday, where they kept him out there for too long. Take his ass out. Put Malik Willis in. Let him do his thing. we need you for the playoffs. Right now, we're basically almost solidified in the playoffs right now. Let's not risk that. And honestly, that's not too far of a drop to go to Malik Willis because Malik Willis is 2.5-0. I say 2.5 because he came in the Jaguars game. We was tied, and he the one that won us the game. So I'm gonna say 2.5. I'm gonna say 2.5. He won us that game.
Shit, he's 3. He's 3-0.
I feel like he won us the game. We were struggling with the Jaguars.
But that's what I'm saying. He came in the game when the game was 0-0.
Basically, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So that's 3-0.
It was 17-17 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you know what I'm saying? I don't know why I feel like Love feel like he has something to prove. And you know what I'm saying? And I think that's bad coaching. Because you're allowing your player to dictate what's going on the field and dictate whether y'all going to win or lose.
Now, I'm going to just think about it from a business side. And I think he's pushing hard for his incentives. He wants to make sure he's hitting his yardage. But like I said before with that, and it made it clear for me with that rain game, bro. There wasn't no reason for him to be playing in that game. Again, he knows he was hurt. And if he still looks hurt now, just imagine how bad it was during that rain game.
Yeah, I just want him.
Yeah, no, I think it's an incentives thing. He wants the money.
And then it's little, the little the back foot throws just be killing me. It hurts my soul when I
shoot. And if he keeps getting hurt now, he might try to be getting as much money as he can and trying to just get out early.
Nah, I mean, it looks like I said, Packers look great. I'm a spoiled fan because when you come from Favre, when you come from Aaron Rodgers, and then you go to Love straight, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been in contention for so many years. These are all spoiled stuff that I'm speaking of, even though we only have 2 Super Bowls to speak on it. But
shoot, you got one from each great quarterback.
I think Jordan Love could be one of them ones. It's just that these little stuff that we need to fix. But other than that, we look great yesterday. We look great. So I don't have too much to say. Just those little things we got to fix.
Cool.
You know me, I'm critical about my team.
Yeah, very. He's very critical about his team. All right, we got Cowboys. I'm going to do the same thing as Cool. We going to go pros and cons. You know I'm a positive person, so I'm going to start out with the positivity. Y'all ain't even know I had this underneath. Dude, Coop ain't even know I had this underneath neither.
The fuck? I don't know why you starting off with positivity for. You shouldn't be positive with that team. That thing should be banned. You should. That thing should be banned. I mean, I can respect the fact that you still represent your team on these trying times, but
yeah,
I can respect it.
We beat Washington. They supposed to be them guys.
They are,
and we just obviously I ain't like too hyped that we beat the Giants, but we won 2 of those divisional games. Let's get it.
And you finally won a home game.
Shout them out. We finally won a home game. So I got to talk us up when I can. Shout out the Cowboys, man. We beat Washington. I'm going to keep saying that. We beat Washington.
And that's no thanks to CeeDee Lamb, kind of, because he was dropping some passes yesterday.
Hey, man, I ain't even talking about CD right now. I ain't even got the time.
A few. I'm like, sheesh.
Yeah, no, but that's
right there in his hands, too.
But that's why I said what I said about whatchamacallit last time. Justin Jefferson. You demanding the ball, you're gonna catch the ball. You got to. I can't defend you, bro. If you keep dropping the ball, that shit's annoying. And again, sometimes it's part of the game, but if you demand the ball, you got to catch that shit.
If you getting paid that price,
you got to catch it. Exactly. You the man. You want to be the man. You got to do what it takes to be the man.
Yeah.
That's it. Cons though, I ain't gonna put my jacket back on or nothing. I'm gonna leave the Cowboys out. But the cons though. What are we doing? Are we tanking? Are we trying to win? We're doing better now than we did at the start of the season.
Y'all suck at even tanking, son.
Bro, we can't even tank right. What are we doing? Bro, y'all
can't even tank right.
We don't even,
it's crazy. Y'all are a debacle.
Jerry got the biggest portion contract with FanDuel. He got to. And I ain't saying this is actually true, but like, yo, bro, y'all gotta, every time somebody thinks that shit is gonna go left, they're like, nope, pull the rug. First of all, I ain't saying I'm mad we beat Washington, but like, if we're tanking, that would be a team. That would be a team that's like,
nobody would question it. Nobody would be like, I see what's going on, but not. And you beat Giants. I was like, jeez. I was like,
Y'all sitting here like, oh no, we gonna make it too obvious. Nah,
Y'all could have let.
Can we just tank? Can we just tank?
So y'all get who?
We need to start building a freaking honestly, the draft is tough, bro. We need to start building an offensive line. We need to start building a defensive line. That's where we need to start. You always need to start up front. We need to start building our offensive and defensive line back up, and then go back to our linebackers. Again, we were really good when we had really good linebackers. Don't nobody talk about our linebackers no more. We're ass. So, again, we had a very good up front. We had good linebackers, and we struggled around our D-backs. Cool. We could build on the D-backs after.
Hot take. But send that boy to safety. Send Diggs to safety.
Shit.
Safety.
No matter where he at right now, it ain't going to matter because if you get him there, don't let somebody get to the second level. The motherfucker don't hit. He's going to run from the tackle. No,
I just see him as a ball hunter. So, you know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. He does best when he has a good line. When the quarterback's gonna make a dumbass throw because he's under pressure. That's when he does best. And he's great at tracking the ball. Great at tracking the ball when it's in the air as a defender. He's great at turn. And honestly, not all. And this is why I give him his props too, because I'm not saying he's ass. Not all corners and not all defenders are good at turning into a receiver when the ball's in the air. I literally just watched the play last night. Forgot which game it was, but defender was going to get the ball. He clearly could have picked the fucking ball off and scored a freaking touchdown. Honestly, it was the Giants-Cowboys game. The Giants defender could have clearly picked the ball off, but he literally goes and just smacks the ball down and keeps it pushing. He could have picked the ball off and scored a touchdown. So not every defender has those instincts to be able to turn into a receiver. He's very good at that. But that is only accompanied if it's short timing and if your linebackers and your defensive line is getting to the quarterback. If they're not getting to the quarterback, he's going to struggle.
So who you think did
he's not a Darrell Revis. He's not a Richard Sherman. Let's get one thing straight. He's not. He's a ball hawk.
So what cornerback you think did it best? I mean, Deion. I ain't get to never watch Deion. Everybody says Deion.
I feel like he's.
But a lot of people said Deion didn't hit.
But that's what I was gonna say. I feel like he's closest to Deion. He's closest to Deion. But honestly, I gotta go back and watch tape on Deion because I don't know how good he really was at coverage. Because I know that he was great at tracking the ball and stuff. But shit, if you was really like that good at coverage, like I gotta go back and watch the tape so I can see like how good his defensive line was and stuff. But he got a lot of turnovers and stuff. But again, seeing how seeing how Diggs was, I got to go check his offense. I got to go check the D-line.
Speaking of D, I know we're about to go all subject right now. Next week, this has to be a topic for Keep It a Buck. I mean, for our podcast. I don't know if you've been following college football right now. But that running back, Janty.
From where?
Boise State. He's doing he's almost beating out Barry Sanders. He's putting up Barry Sanders numbers. So a lot of people feel like, I know people feel like it should be solidified for Travis Hunter. But Janty is looking like, I hope I'm saying that.
We might have to get off course real quick because that's a topic. And we didn't even talk about this before.
I don't want to get too. I got to do my research before I really get into that topic.
Deion Sanders came out and said that he'll give his Heisman to Travis Hunter.
No, it wasn't a Heisman. It was another award. It was another award. I don't think it was the Heisman. It was it's another award. It's not Heisman.
Award. But all right, so he came out and said he would have gave his award to Travis Hunter, but honestly,
because he wasn't even a finalist. He wasn't even a not to be. We got to figure out what the award was, but to not be a finalist as one of the best college football let's say not the best. I would say the most consistent, the most reliable person, and you're playing both sides of the ball at a consistent rate is nuts.
But I'm hearing both. I'm hearing people saying that he's good on both sides of the ball. I'm hearing people saying that he's not great on either side of the ball. But that's when Richard Sherman's comments come back into play because Travis Hunter told like pretty much Richard Sherman like, yo, don't worry about me, when he was saying just that he looked more natural at corner than he did at receiver. He's a good receiver, but I don't think that when he gets into the league, he could be a Jamar Chase. I don't think he could be a Justin Jefferson when he gets into the league. But I think he'll be a good and that's the thing. It's tough to find out where his mesh will be. It's definitely tough. But you looking up
the Thorpe Award.
The Thorpe Award, yep.
The Thorpe Award. I don't know what award that is partaking to, but it is the Thorpe Award. He's not even a finalist.
Yep. And Deion Sanders came out and said he'll give his to him. And yeah, I think
that's what it is. I knew it was a defensive back. It was the Thorpe Award is awarded annually to the nation's top defensive back. That still is nuts. Not to even make him a finalist.
We got to go check the numbers. We're gonna check the numbers for that, and we'll come back with actual analysis.
So
for you guys
we're gonna
next
do
week.
a combination of that, and we're gonna do a combination if he will be Heisman.
All right,
We need to look at them numbers.
Let's get into predictions for the week. We got NFL predictions for the week. I think, honestly, let me not even jinx myself. Let's get into predictions for the week. But I've been doing all right.
So the 1 o'clock game, we have Cardinals at the Vikings. Vikings are -3.5. They are on the road, man. They're 9-2 right now. They're doing good. And then we have the Cardinals who just lost to the Seahawks. Just lost to the Seahawks. I mean, it's a divisional game, but hey.
That is a tough one because I feel like the Vikings are due for another one because they dropped 2 straight like I thought they would. I feel like they're due for another one because the Cardinals just came off of a L. But it's tough to say that while the Vikings are home, so I'm going to have to go with the Vikings.
You think they cover the spread? -3.5?
I think it'll be a nail biter. I honestly,
so no covering the spread.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I even low key want to lean with the Cardinals, but I'm gonna go with the Vikings. They're home. They're on a roll. They got the best receiver in the league. Well, between him and Jamar Chase,
they still hot.
And they hot right now. They dropped their 2 L's, so I think they'll roll this next one.
I picked the Vikings too. I wish they would lose too. I need these to. Hey man, my mind is saying Vikings. My heart is saying Cardinals. My heart wants to win this one, but my mind is saying Vikings. I think they're too good right now for the their defense, y'all. That Flores, if he doesn't get a head coaching job next year, and that little bullshit that they did in Miami to get him out of there with him and Tua, if he doesn't get a head coaching job, this shit is nuts, man. So I would say Vikings, and they gonna make that boy Kyler Murray looking suspect out there. So I would say that.
All right, 4 o'clock game.
4 o'clock game is about to be probably the best game of the week.
Baltimore, right?
Baltimore versus Eagles. Baltimore is 8-4, Eagles 9-2, but they have Baltimore on -3, so they got them basically winning.
Where they
convincingly at? Baltimore. They got them winning convincingly though. I can see if they said 1.5 to 2.5. They got them winning convincingly. Basically, if you got -3, that means it's like
Who you got?
Why you throwing that back on me?
I'm gonna go. I got Baltimore.
Ravens. The reason why I say Ravens is definitely because they lost to the Steelers, and I think they're trying to get the ball back rolling again. I think that hunger since they lost to the Steelers is about to come. It's going to roll back. I mean, and they had a slow start, so and this is the time to get hot.
Yeah, I think Baltimore.
I think Eagles is due for one.
That's what I think. I think the Eagles are due for one, and I think the fact that Baltimore is at home and they're -3, and the Eagles have a better record, a lot of people will be taking the Eagles money line. So I'm gonna go with Baltimore.
Yeah, the money line for the Eagles right now is +135.
Yeah, I see a lot of people taking that
so
shot.
that's
I'm gonna go with Baltimore.
Sunday night game possibly could be a great game, even though the 49ers are on and off. I know Brock Purdy didn't play last because of, I believe, his shoulder. He didn't play against Green Bay. They just lost that one. They kind of lost that one convincingly. It's 49ers at Bills. Bills is -7. So that's basically calling it almost a blowout. That's a -7. This is all home. I'm calling the freaking the Bills.
I'm going to go with the Bills.
They are hurt too much. I don't think that the 49ers are in sync. Especially
they're
with
not flowing this year.
Yeah, they're not in sync. I don't think Debo really cares about being there.
I feel like once you start doing interviews for Shay Sharp and shit, that's when you're not gonna have a good season.
I don't think he cares about being there right now. Like seriously, he just has that. I don't know. That's just me. I don't think he's enjoying playing for them right now.
Money grab. Get as much money as you can and get up out of there. That's what it looked like for him. Don't blame him.
And
don't blame him.
We have
Monday
to Browns going to Broncos, which I did say. I don't know if I said to y'all, but I did say to people about the quarterback. I forgot his name for Broncos.
I'm gonna go with the Browns.
You going with the Browns? You just want to break up something?
Baker been kicking my ass.
Man, Baker? You mean Jameis Winston?
Yeah, Jameis. Yeah,
Yo,
I'm thinking Jameis. Yo, but Jameis, let Jameis have a speech. Let Jameis come out with a speech. He gonna take a dub. I saw somebody say that too. Let them come out with a viral speech for him. I promise you, he's taking a dub that day.
Is the funniest personality in football right now.
Yo, I want to shout out him, because people be.
Yes,
he's a funny person, but he really be leading with mad positivity, though.
Yes, he does.
Mad positivity and mad confidence.
He does, man.
Mad positivity,
you want that on your team.
Mad confidence, and never pointing the finger.
You want that on your team.
No matter what anybody says about Jameis Winston, positivity, never pointing the finger. And he's really just
very positive,
always, man. Bro. And I respect that, bro. I respect that from him. And he's funny. He definitely is.
If he doesn't end up on broadcasting or doing some type of analyst because he's a personality.
He just need his own shit.
Yo, son, he's such a person.
Yo, Jameis, if you need a home, bro.
My trainer said, I forgot what he said. He just told us to play hard. I was like,
yo, that's all that matters. Yo, that ass, bro. Jameis Winston, yo. If you need a spot, man. If you need a place to come podcast at, bro, you can come mess with us, man. You're always welcome here, bro.
The last game when he played the Steelers, and because he knew it was about to snow, he looked like he was a kid. Like seriously, he was like, I just feel rejoiced. Like Jameis Winston. I didn't really care for you when you first came out because I felt like you was a real corny dude.
But this is really you.
But this is really you.
Yo.
I was just like, yo, where I feel like, yo, this is a persona you're putting on, because it was like that's what made it corny. But this is really you,
bro. That shit is hilarious,
and it's hilarious and it's genuine.
It's respectable. It's respectable.
And that's what I'm saying. I like genuine people. So when I seen him, I'm like, yo, he was in college. He got suspended for the game. He put his outfit on. Still, the coach came up to him. I was like, yo, why you got your uniform on? He looked at it. And you seen the video? Like, what? It's like, yo, go throw that shit. Yo, so it's like, yo, I don't know what goes through his brains. I don't know why he thought he was playing. But shouts out to Jameis Winston, man.
Shout out Jameis, yo.
Shouts out to Jameis Winston.
I got a lot of respect for Jameis Winston,
do too,
yo.
man.
I'm a big positivity person.
Respect to Jameis Winston, yo. He's by far the most hilarious person I ever met in the NFL.
Yo.
I not met, but just seen on, like, yo, I don't know if because the internet wasn't out back then, we couldn't see personality, but he is by far the funniest, man.
Yo.
He's what did dude say? Yeah, look at the guy next to you. He was holding both. I was like, nah, yo. I was like,
the
nah, he's
greatest
that.
man. Even after he finishes, bro, I would say he's the type of person, bro, you would still have in a locker room.
Yeah,
straight up, bro.
he's a
If you from New
respectable guy,
London, yo, he's the Coach Majors of the locker room.
Yo,
that's him, like for real. If you from New London, you play New London football, you know what I mean, bro. That's the Coach Majors of the locker room, bro. Have you crying, bro? But one of the most genuine people, dog. And that shit is that's some shit that you just want to follow, man. A lot of people think that shit is just funny and funny as shit, bro. But that's the type of motherfucker you want to follow.
And that never stops him from being the most competitive person on the field, too. That's why I was like, I can respect that. When you got that mentality, it's just like, how can you doubt the man like that? Because Jameis Winston and that's the crazy part. When when he got to go against competition for some apparent reason, that's when it elevates. I don't know. It's like weird. Like games, you'd be like Jameis Winston.
That's the thing, and that's the best part about him. He ain't
he
no
was
slouch.
supposed to beat the Steelers.
He don't be talking like this, and he's just some slouch. Like Jameis Winston, he's really a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback.
He's a mid-tier.
And he's in the obviously he's a good quarterback because he's in the NFL. So he's obviously a great quarterback. But he's a good NFL quarterback. He ain't no slouch, dog. Like shout out Jameis.
Shout out Jameis Winston.
Shout out
man.
Jameis.
You're funny, man. and a nice, genuine person, man. I like it.
Appreciate it, man. So we got sports education topic for the week.
You picked the Browns. Oh, yeah, you did pick the Browns. I picked the Browns. Bo Nix has been playing really, really well lately.
I'm going to go with Jameis. All right, so we got
I forgot Jameis.
Sports education topic for the week.
It's hard to go against Jameis. But go ahead.
There's been a lot of controversy on this, but has the NBA in all forms of basketball been shooting too many threes? Like I know it's been a thing as of like when Steph Curry started shooting threes, but a lot of people have been drawing attention to it these days because it's really been changing some people's game. Gilbert Arenas said something about Ant Edwards when it came to his game and his field goal percentage. They talked about it on Gil's Arena. And then also, who did I say just called out Victor Wembanyama?
I forgot.
Damn, my fault. I'll find it in a second, but they just somebody just called out Victor Wembanyama too when it came to not taking the ball into the paint and just doing what he do. But again, it's analytics versus what's actually working. Like, so what do you think? Do you think the NBA in all forms of basketball is shooting too many threes? Like, how do you feel about that?
I think this question is like a generational thing. I really do think it's just a generational gap. Evolution. I think it's evolution. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, you take 3 3-pointers in the game and they looking at you to stop shooting fucking three. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, it's all about mid-range and getting to the rack. And you know what I'm saying? That's not the game no more. The NBA has allowed this to happen. That's why you can't land. You can't be in nobody's landing space. They make these rules. So it's where we going. It's no stopping to it, whether we like it or not. This is the NBA. I understand the older generation wants them to fit into their concept of basketball, but the game is like that. It's not like that no more. Curry fucked up the game. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say fuck up the game. He revolutionized the game. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say
he revolutionized. Not me saying that. Too. That's a disrespectful to say towards Steph Curry.
But a lot of people, you say that because a lot of people say that. Though.
Yeah.
So I don't even give you slack for that. But y'all gotta stop saying Steph Curry ruined the game, bro. He is a very efficient shooter.
Yes.
That's not it is his fault because he worked hard. But y'all can't get mad at him for that because everybody wants to be like him but not putting in the work to do it. It's different than trying to be a dunker and stuff. If you can't dunk, you can't dunk. There's no way of even thinking that you can dunk on a 10-foot rim if you can't dunk. But if you're shooting a three, you can make a few. Yeah. You can make a couple, and then it's like, oh, shit, I'm like Steph Curry, and it's like, no, you're not. But it's just like, dog, that's not Steph Curry's fault. It's not. He is a great shooter. Good shit. He's a great shooter. But just because other people are not
trying to emulate that.
Yeah, just because other people are trying to emulate it and they're not efficient at the 3-point percentage, that's not his fault that they're not putting in the work that he puts in to be able to be one of the greatest, not even one of, to be the greatest shooter of all time. Stop all that bullshit with Steph Curry ruined the game, and then y'all be saying this shit like, and then y'all, stop the clickbait shit, bro. Steph Curry did not ruin shit. He didn't ruin shit. Stop, like, y'all, that shit is annoying, bro. My fault.
That's why I had to correct myself before. I was like, can't ruin something that you're the greatest at.
Yo, bro,
at a very efficient rate,
bro. That is an oxymoron.
Yeah, you can't ruin shit that you fucking.
That's an oxymoron.
Dominating that somebody, as soon as you step off the bedroom, somebody got to guard you. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta give it to. Yeah, I gotta say, I don't think so. It's just the way the game is headed now. You can't stop. You can't stop evolution, man. Evolution is always going to happen. And the kids look at Steph. The kids love Steph. That's their. I feel like the even though they're kind of close in age as far as LeBron and Curry, kids, that's their. I feel like that's well, I don't know. A lot of kids, I don't know where the fuck it came from saying Paul George is their GOAT. But
yeah, that is.
I don't know where that.
That is a random common thing.
You seen it?
That is a random ass common thing.
No disrespect, and I don't know, to Paul George.
No disrespect to Paul George, but ain't nobody calling you to go, bro. I'm sorry. But like, yo, that is a random ass common thing, bro. I've heard a good amount of kids say that. I'm like, Paul George is the GOAT. I'm like, yo.
I said, how? Why? I'm just like,
that boy got some good ass highlights though. He do it. He's smooth. But his game is smooth.
But Steph Curry is where a lot of kids want to be right now. They look at Steph Curry, like you said. Everybody can't dunk the ball. No, everybody, but you can shoot the daylights out of somebody if you practice enough.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and even if you don't, bro, you can go to the court by yourself, shoot freaking 15 threes, 20 threes, and you might make a couple. And it's just
great about it.
Feel great about it. And it's just like, yeah, I got this same, or you may, again, like that shit is exactly.
So I would say I don't have a problem with it. Me personally, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, no, I don't.
And I don't see why people have a problem with it because that's just where evolution is taking us in the basketball world, man.
I have a problem when it comes to analytics. because analytics are telling us that only corner threes and layups or dunks are good shots, and that's hurting. And I've heard somebody say this too, so I'm not like trying to like bite off them or nothing. I'm going to go into something after, but that is hurting the creativity of the game. So all of my favorite players, besides Steph Curry, they shoot the mid-range very well. They do. Kobe Bryant's one of my favorite players. Obviously Jordan growing up. My dad fucking loved Jordan, so like obviously Jordan growing up. And yeah, just all these players. Gilbert Arenas, everybody talks about him being a great three-point shooter. Gilbert Arenas used to work out in the mid-range. I literally saw a film of him playing against Kobe, and he's coming down first few shots of the game. He's taking a few dribbles, boom, getting down to the mid-range, finding his arc, making sure his form is good, and then later into the game he starts to step out. But dog, these players aren't even able to find anything. And again, analytics, yeah, and also it's not just analytics, it's marketing. Coop. Honestly, this is a tip for you guys too. Tip for anybody who does video creation when it comes to basketball. When we do videos of shooting threes, don't them shits go up? Especially when they're deep threes. Yeah. Them shits go up. And I was looking at the analytics the other day. Our deep three videos go up higher than our dunking videos. That says something. And it goes back into what Coop is saying.
Even better than that a little bit. Look at the All-Star game. The fucking 3-point contest is the highlight now. Yep. That dunking joint the dunking contest is I don't know where they're going with it. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but it has dropped and it's been dropping for 10 plus years.
It's tough.
So we see the evolution of the game. This is just that. You know what I'm saying? Like
until
that whole Sabrina versus No, it wasn't Sabrina. It was Sabrina that went against Steph Curry.
Yep.
Yo, because we couldn't wait to see that. We couldn't wait to see that competition.
And that's the only way that you can mix those competitions. You can't mix those competitions when it comes to dunking. Or like the skills challenge is possible too, and they did it with the skills challenge. But like when it comes to the dunk contest, you can't do that. They have to be two separate dunk contests, or it's just not going to work out because of the athleticism, the athletic difference between men and women. So for some people, I think you need to, if it's you, bro, I think people need to just feel out the game. Fuck analytics, feel out the game. For people who are not getting much playing time, it's kind of tough to say fuck analytics, because if you don't do what your coach say, you're going to be on the fucking bench. But for people that are getting more playing time and your coach is like slower to pull you out, if you're being efficient, whether you're shooting the mid-range or not, if you're making shots, your coach not going to be mad. If you're making shots at an efficient rate, your coach is not going to be mad. So that's what I got to say about it. If you're a great 3-point shooter, make sure you keep shooting them at a high clip. And honestly, shout out Pedro. Again, this is the second shout out for Pedro in this episode. This dude, Pedro, he be shooting the lights out of the fucking ball, bro. Like, for real. He shot over 40% from the three last year, and I'm pretty sure his 3-point percentage, and this is in college too, I'm pretty sure his 3-point percentage is again around 40%, if not over, or if not a little bit under. That is a great 3-point percentage, bro, and like that comes with the evolution of basketball too. It's not just bad shooters. You get motherfuckers that are great shooters too, and then people that those great shooters, they start to develop their game in different ways too. Like Pedro this year has become a way better defender, and it's not even because he couldn't defend. He's just taking it more in account to be a better defender this year, and he's been doing great. He's been better with his mental, like not caring about playing time and stuff. But whenever he's in there, and he does get a good amount of playing time, but whenever he's in there, he's giving his all. Don't want to be cool. He's on 100% all the time, offense, defense, finding like the right passes, making sure he's going to the rack. So it's important. It's important. The 3-pointer and the expansion of the 3-pointer, it is important. It's important for marketing. It's important for the game of basketball. But you just got to work on it. You got to work on it, and you can't be mad at the people that don't and just be like, well, all these kids want to do is shoot 3-pointers. Like, yeah, that comes with the game of basketball. Just like our era freaking wanted to just sit there and handle the ball all day because of AI and hot sauce. Oh, my God. Y'all remember N1? They had N1 just so that we could just sit there and dribble all day. We sit here and talk about these young kids and them shooting threes all day, but all our era wanted to do was sit there and dribble all day. And the era before that had something to say about us. So, yeah. Take everything with a grain of salt and just keep working on your games, and then don't let anybody discourage you from anything. Know your game, and yeah, just keep playing. Shout out Steph Curry. Shout out Ray Allen. Shout out all great shooters. All right, cool. All right, bet. All sports education. Let's get into the Ray Nexus. The Ray Nexus for the day. All right, we got tips. We got top stock tips. Told you I'm gonna stay slow and I'm gonna get it right. Got it right on the first try. So for that, we got whatever you do when it comes to investing, just try to stay in it as long as possible. Don't give up too early on investing. Don't give up early on any investment. Don't give up too early on any investment. Don't give up too early on any business that you're doing. Anything that you've put a lot of thought into and a lot of research into, and you really feel like that shit is supposed to do something well, don't spend too little time, or don't give up on it too early. If you give up on it too early, you're not going to give it enough time to be able to grow, even when there's always downfalls with business, stocks, crypto, real estate. There's always going to be downfalls. So you just got to be able to double down in those downfalls and be able to know where your investment is going, and know that the process and the thought that you had behind it is still right, You just gotta stay down. And honestly, I've not lost, but I've missed out on a lot of money over like years prior to this because I didn't leave my money in Bitcoin. I didn't leave my money in stocks and stuff, like just taking it out, trying to find and do different things. No, leave your money in there, keep building those positions, and find new money to be able to find different investments in. Don't take the old money out. All right, that's the top stock tip for the day. Oh, I did it right. Ha. We got Market Time Machine. Market Time Machine got messed up because I went to Chat GPT for the numbers. Because I didn't feel like doing the percentages, and Chat GPT gave me the numbers without considering stock splits. So I'm gonna go back to Apple from the week before last week, and I'm gonna say Apple with the stock splits. And also, while I'm looking for the Apple stock splits, crypto has been booming. Ethereum's starting to go back up. XRP is over $1.50. Ethereum's at 3,600 right now, floating around there. Bitcoin's went down to 93 and is back up to around 97, 98. Yeah, crypto is there and alive. Shout out cryptocurrency, and shout out the US for making sure that we have ETFs for cryptocurrency. All right. All right, so Apple, if you purchased 1,000 shares of Apple on January 2nd in 2020, the opening price was $75. It would have costed $75,000. And then there was a stock split in August of 2020. And then there was another there was a stock split in August of 2020. And that would have made the shares now is $228. Your total profit would have been $900,120. All right. Oh no, that would have been your total. That would have been your total earnings. The profit would have been $800,000. So I said like 100,000 or something before because it didn't account the stocks, but it was like 200 something thousand. That 200 something thousand with the stock split times the 4 is going to get you your $800,000 profit. So I'll go back and do a video again on the next time. But if you bought 1,000 shares of Apple in 2020, you would have, and sold today, you would have made $800,000. All right. So that's Market Time Machine for the day. We got our top stock tips and our Market Time Machine for the day. We talked about crypto, and then stocks are going back up with Trump in office. This is just a regurgence. Ian Dunlap said Tesla, Microsoft, those are like the two big ones that I'm going to say. So I'm going to echo those. I'm investing in Microsoft for my kids, and Tesla's where I'm holding my money to find new option calls. And I'm still sitting on the Riot option calls and just seeing how far I can make those go. All right. Coop, you got any advice for the gist today?
Nope. I got
Coop, you working at school.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe because I talk so much in the school. I give them all the sauce when I'm there. So I don't know. But I'm going to start. I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better.
For me, for the Jits, stay consistent. I'm going to just keep it simple. Stay consistent. Find something and do it for 100 days straight. And tell me if you get better. And like honestly, this is what I mean by this. Make sure that it's like very narrow. So if you want to get better at basketball, don't just say you want to get better at basketball. Find a specific thing in basketball to get better at. So if you want to get better at jumping in basketball, find a jumping workout. And y'all got Chat GPT now, so find a jumping workout on Chat GPT or a jumping workout and an explosive workout on Chat GPT. Do it every single day for 100 days straight and tell me that it didn't work. Tell me that it didn't work. For real. For real. Go ahead and lie to me and tell me that it didn't work. Same thing with the handles. Do something with hand. Find a handle workout on ChatGPT. You can go on YouTube, anything. But when you're doing your handle workout, if you want your handle to get better, like while you're like playing full speed in the game, you got to run full speed with the ball. So again, you doing that for 100 days straight. Go ahead and tell me your handle don't get better. I know you be fucking lying. All right, my fault. I ain't mean to be cursing. Y'all kids. But I know you be lying. So yeah. Shout out the Jits. Shout out everybody that be training, everybody that be trying to get better. And shout out the people who don't even play sports, but you guys are like, you guys still like stay like, keep your education up, keep your grades up. Whether you're in arts, whether you're doing any other type of extracurricular, we applaud anything that you guys are doing that's keeping you busy and that's helping your mind grow. So shout out you guys. Shout out the kids and keep looking for something to do. Right.
Yep.
And that's it. We on the closeout. Oh nope. Please share, and subscribe. Nope. No, you don't got to be edited to the beginning, but please share, and subscribe. Got to say it because it works and people been subscribing. We done cracked 500 subscribers too.
500.
Got to say that
last week. Yeah, we forgot to
cracked 500. So we cracked 500 subscribers.
Next move is 1,000.
Next move is 1,000. We ordering our backdrop. So yeah, man, we on one and we trying to keep it pushing. We on the way to 1,000, and yeah, man, we're trying to make sure we're here for the long run. We got our 28th episode, and we're trying to make sure that we keep going. We try to make it to 100. Honestly, let's do it in small increments. Just like we try to get to 500, let's get to 50, and then we'll get to 100 after. So, again, Marshall Falk, AJ Dillon, Adrian Peterson, whatever you want to call episode 28. But when in doubt, keep it a buck.